Hey y'all, it is tarot time, your daily tarot message. So let's go ahead and get into it. Universe, source, energy. Are there any messages that are coming up for them today? This could be any sign. This could be any part of the life. What is coming up for them today that they should be focusing on during this tarot time? Okay, y'all. So the first thing that's coming up is the Nine of Cups. So feeling this like emotional awakening, like you're approaching something in like a new way. And when I say new way, it's like your soul feels washed. Your fucking soul took a bath. Your soul feels free. You feel much better. Like you just feel like, yes, bitch, yes. Having that kind of, okay, I saw this card, so I'm gonna pull it. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is also coming out too. Like today, okay. Today for you, it's like a new awakening. And that new awakening comes with a vision. And that vision is where you want to be, where you want to go. So today you're really going to be reflecting on that. So that comes up to me. What first popped up to me was career. But it also could apply to relationships. But I would say career, relationships, the Queen of Wands. And there's something magical about you. There's something, I don't know. Like, you be finessing it a certain way. I don't know what it is. But there's something, it's like she got fucking magic pixie dust. Trying to make it happen. So I think that this is a time where you're really organizing your thoughts, organizing your life, and really just taking the time to contemplate this experience because you want to make it happen. And you're like, look, I'll do whatever. And I think the message that's coming across here is saying that think about it in an unconventional way. Let me explain. Let me spit some game to you. Okay. So the unconventional way is you want to do something. I want to be I'm gonna say it like this. I want to be a singer, right? And so way back in the day, for someone to be a singer, they had to get all this training, and then you would have a certain style you would do, and all you could do is do that your whole life. You probably didn't have enough time for social stuff. You were just always traveling. But nowadays, that's not the case at all. Like, you don't even need to know how to fucking sing as long as you know how to do some like music production, fucking auto tune on your voice, and you're just out there bobbing. Like a designer. Designer was the one who really like expressed how this new generation of music is, which is it's no longer about the technical aspect. It's no longer about you have to do it this way. It's about a feeling. Can you get a feeling across to your audience, and do you have I'm going to say like loyal subscribers, but like, do you have a following of people who like your music? That's all that matters. So this message is okay, yes, I'm rambling, but what I'm trying to say is that this message is saying that like you want something, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to have it. You got to do it in an unconventional way. So you got to take like the boundaries. When you're planning this, take the boundaries off. Take all of that old stuff that you've always like, okay, it has to happen this way. Or school. School is I think a better example. Like, I want to do a career change. I want to go into the tech field. I want to do this, X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. I got to do this. I got to do that, da, 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 da. Maybe you don't, maybe you don't need to learn 17 programming languages. Maybe you don't need to, go back and get your bachelor's in something. Maybe you don't need to do any of those things. Look at the job that you want, see what tools they're using and learn those tools and, align yourself with like, certain programs out there that can give you those skills, and you don't have to do all that extra stuff. So basically, this is sending the message that you know where you want to go. And as you are planning it, try your hardest to be open to your path. So instead of it taking you 10 years, shit, it could take you 2 years, and you're like, what, bitch? In the Hanged Man, I like the Hanged Man. Let me tell you why. Because the Hanged Man is like being flipped upside down, being in a difficult situation, but yet you're balancing it so well. So you're able to look at, like, right now you're troubleshooting the obstacles. Like, shit, if that came up, this is how I would handle the situation. I would handle bop, bop, boom, boom, boom. So you're much more intentional and actually much more in control. I kind of feel like the hanged man comes off sometimes as being in control and being able to be flexible. Hello, send it out one more time. Be flexible today. Be flexible to what comes up in your day, as you're going through the day period, but also be flexible in this path. So there's this duality here. Something's going to come up, and I'm getting this work vibe. Something's going to come up in your working space where it's going to make you think about your career and think about your future and stuff like that. But there's going to be a sense of flexibility. So release the rigidity, damn. Release the rigidity, okay, and be flexible to the messages you're receiving and listening. And remember, you don't got to commit to nothing. You can hear something out. You can hear that somebody, just made a movement, made a little career movement. You're like, you know what? I like that. I like that career movement. Let me see how they did it. Let me see how they put a little bit of spice on that. Okay. And on top of that, what you are thinking in your subconscious comes to reality too. So as you feel free to think about these things too, what do I want to do next? Where I want to go? How do I want to get there? Coming up with a plan. And this is what I like to do. I like to come up with a complicated plan. This is all the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then look at it and simplify it. How can I simplify this into like bullet points of like no more than two to three words, and just, if I know that there's a date I want to do it by, put it by that date, and just be like, boom, boom, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Hello. Next. Ace of Wands. This is a spiritual awakening for you. This is something's going to pique your eye. There's going to be some interest in your life that is really going to pique your eye right now. That's really going to like jump the fuck out at you. And you're like, oh shit. I didn't know they was making that much money. I didn't know they was making money like that. Hello. Shit, I didn't know either. If you know where they're making the coins, let me know, okay? Because I will surely follow. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is going on that journey. And then we have the Five of Swords. So don't fall into the trap of thinking it's easier for someone else. That's what the message is there. Like, you know what? That's just easier for somebody else. Like for everybody else, it's so simple. But for me, it's complicated. It's not going to work out for me. It's not because there's anything that I can't physically do. It's just because it's just, it's complicated. It's going to be harder for me. It's more difficult for someone like me, and insert, fill in the blank, right? Several reasons at that, right? And just know that there will be competition, there will be strife, there will be the ability to navigate obstacles, but that's a part of life. So don't interpret the fact that you have to be persistent in the fact that you have to overcome obstacles as a punishment. That, everybody else does it seamlessly. No one does anything seamlessly. If you think they're doing it seamlessly, they're fucking lying to you. They're not really doing. They're probably like strung out on something else, okay? And just don't confuse a person's personality with how they go through things, go about pursuing things, because you never know. You actually might be the person who is doing it easier, but you might have a fucking meltdown around people, and like it's being perceived that like you're having a tougher time when that's not even the case. And I think that, I'm going to put this over here, because something's going to happen that makes you feel like your current employment, you're like, what now? Or current career path. You don't have to go out and quit your job, okay? Like your current career path, it's like, you're kind of just like, is there more? Can I have more? Can there be, more to this? And there you go. You got that Fool card. And so feeling like you kind of jumped into this career path, but not in the way. It was like you naively jumped into it, and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to just make it work. Like, I'm trusting. But this isn't really for you. Like, this isn't really for you. This is not, your life isn't just to be this, whatever the fuck this is. It's not just to be it's like, I want to say secretary. I don't know why, but like to be a secretary, I guess. Like it's not your life to just do this, Your life is much bigger, and you're outgrowing this. So you gotta take a journey. You gotta take a journey. You gotta take a journey. Okay. You're packing your shit up. You're giving a timeline. Let me explain something about timelines though. Timelines are multifaceted because a timeline can be like, I want to be gone by a year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't want to stay here more than 5 years. Sometimes people are so nervous to plan out big things so far in advance that they're just reactionary and not proactive in life. They're just like, fuck it. Like if they're stressing me the fuck out today, if I cannot be out by next month, I don't fucking care. I don't 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 care. Okay. That's to some of those Aries out there where you be like, fuck this, flip a table and just be out. Or for the Capricorn who's like, this is just what it's like to work. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just know that, like, be patient and go on this path that is being presented in front of you, and know that it is for your highest good. Know that, like, you can plan something far out. Because let me tell you something, that's when you really make change in your life. When you plan things out thoroughly in front and you're consistent with it. Like, planning something a month in advance, yeah, you'll complete something and check something off your list. But let's be honest, to really make oh shit, I'm hitting you with the knowledge to really make, like, I want to say systemic change in your life, to really make a powerful change in your life, you have to be able to plan things out years in advance. Like, if you hate your job, don't just quit your job and not have a job, especially if you have responsibilities. That's not smart. Like that will ruin, the energy that you're feeling. Instead, have a path. I used to wait tables way back in the day. And the one thing I said about waiting tables I was like, you know what? It's like if you were making like $8 an hour and you go to wait tables at a a casual dine or whatever it's called, what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like nice, but it's not like too nice. You can make good money, okay? You can make some good money, but that joint is like, it wears on you. It wears on your feet. Everybody's fucking rude. People will not tip you and pay the bill because they didn't like their food and you gave them excellent service. So just like when I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? They're always like, this is not a bad hustle as long as you have an exit strategy. Boom, you can come in, get your money, work your doubles, boom, boom, get your money in and go. But if you had to do that as a career, you'd be fucked up. Anything in hospitality, bless your hearts if you're in hospitality, because that shit is fucked up. People are angry as fuck, and it's because it's food and their comforts and stuff, and they want shit the way that they want it. Page of Pentacles, a new way of doing something, but basically, be strategic. You don't gotta just quit your job because you're feeling a little bit of dissonance here. Plan it out, and you have everything within you, all the things that you need in order to plan that out in a very strong and strategic way. I'm talking about like changing your life. Like you thought you couldn't do something. I guarantee you can do it. I guarantee you can do it, because who was it? What's his name? Who started Alibaba? Is it Jack Ma? Like, he was like, I didn't come from money. I didn't have the education of my peers. So it's like, I couldn't compete. If we made a goal in the next year, I couldn't compete. I couldn't win. If we made a goal in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I can't compete. But give me 10 years. I kid you not. Go look up this thing on YouTube. He was like, give me 10 years and I can surpass it. Why? Because I have enough time to build things in the way that I need to build things. And that's what you need to do. You may not need all 10 years, but if you really want to change something drastically in your life, there's no reason why you can't do it, specifically if you have time. You may not be able to do it in a month, but you are not about to tell me you can't learn a new language in 5 years. I know for certain you can learn a new language in 5 years. You're not going to learn it in 3 months. Shit, you're not going to learn it in a year unless you're immersed in it. But in 5 years, you can casually learn a language pretty well in 5 years, okay? And I'm just giving you different examples of like things you can do. So let's jump back in. Any more messages coming across for your tea today? Hello for your tarot time. For your tarot. Oh, this one's popping out. The Star card. Really shining. You really want to shine bright in what you're doing. And pay attention to that. Ask yourself, does your current job give you that? Does your current things that you're doing give you that? Does it give you that ability to shine really, really bright and be the star that you know that you are? We have the muse of inspiration, inspiring and shit. It's like the energy is coming off like you want a new approach. And also a message just came through where it was like, you might quickly interpret something as dissonance when in actuality, when you look at it, it wasn't that at all. So sometimes people feel pushed out of something, and it's not because they are bad or they did something wrong or something like that, but it's more like the universe is sending you to something better. And can you be receptive to that and not be as like reactionary to that? Okay. The Hierophant, which is the strong esoteric knowledge authority, as well as the Queen of Voices. Close mouths don't get fed. Go out there and make that bread. No, like for real, like closed mouths do not get fed. So it's talking about like speaking sweet words into existence of what it is that you want and where you are going in your life and all of that. Ooh, that wonderful energy. Pay attention to the leg. If there's anything that comes up there, that's just a little message that came through. Any more messages here? Any more things that they should focus on specifically today? Nine of Emotions. Okay. So if you're in an emotional environment that is emotionally charging you, the more that things make you mad, try to flip that in reverse and deepen your soul. So it's going to feel, sometimes it feels like energetically tiring to have to do this, but you're going to gain a lot from it, and it's going to push you out of something that is like kind of like just like doing the fucking most and just giving you way too much like energy all the time. You're like, oh, why? Five of Inspiration. Have you had like when you really look over your life, were there 5 things that you really enjoyed? Were there like 5, it could be a mixture of career, passion, things like that. We got the Page of Inspiration too. And the Chariot. Something is pulling you. So this is really a very, very big planning day for you. This is like today, something's coming up. Something's coming up for you that is just really pushing you forth into this new career, this it's like you're thinking, you're thinking about it. And you're thinking of all the like pros and the cons and like how you'll be able to do things and but you're just thinking, you're like, yes, like, is this it? Can I do this? And like, shit, I kind of feel like you got like 5 backup plans. Good for you. Go, Glen Coco. And none for Gretchen Wiener. You go, Glen Coco. Okay. Any messages? 10 of Materials. Okay. Hello. Abundance. Bountifulness. Okay. So I'm going to ask your guys, is there any message left for this tarot time today? Is there any message that needs to come across to you? We are receptive. I'm just going to pull one card. And if that card is like screaming, I'm going to just let it be. I'm pulling, hello, universe. One card. You tell me which one you want, okay? Because you sending me like 5 or 6. Just give me one card. One card. One card. Okay. I'm getting a few. I don't want a few. I want one. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate your abundance. The 9 of Wands. Where you're at, you've been working hard, and it has not paid off in the way that you wanted it to pay off. So always pay attention to that. That is what is going to be the initiator and the starter of all of this stuff we just started talking about. This feeling of not being valued for your work, this feeling of putting in a lot of effort for something that didn't pay off in the way that you fucking thought it was about to pay off, bitch. Yeah, it just didn't come to be in the way that you thought. And it's really making you feel like, you know what? I'm gonna relook at this whole thing, and I'm just not gonna. There has to be something better for me out there. So that's the energy right there. So we're gonna go into an extended read for any other messages that are coming up. See if we can get you a plan, an action plan, a time frame. Is there anything else that's coming up there? And you can gain access to that through Patreon. So I will see you in a little bit, but tarot time. Hey.